What's going on, everybody? It is your host, Dr. Splash, or Splash, resident and king of Yancey Street. Thank you so much for returning. We're bringing battle swaps back today. Today, we're matching up two iconic horror-themed style comic characters with Ghost Rider and Spawn. This should be amazing. Shout out my boy Kano for sponsoring it. It was supposed to go up yesterday, but I used horror music that got copyrighted. Y'all always ask me why I use the same music. It's because copyright could be a bitch. My Hulk video got copyrighted too, but I'm keeping that up because y'all loved it anyway, so we'll keep it up for the love of the game. But I'm posting this today. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. Join the Yancey Street gang. We are on the road to 40K. And also check out Carolina Knows. That's my homegirl. She's about to start her channel. Basically the girl version of me. I will pin her shit in the video comments. Now, back on topic, right? We are doing Ghost Rider versus Spawn battle swap. Now, if you haven't seen my battle swaps before, this is how it works. I have selected 8 battles that each have undergone. We will then put Ghost Rider and Spawn in the position of the other. We will flip it and see how they would have performed in place of the other character. I'm super excited to do this, and without further ado, let's begin. So we're doing 8 battles today for each. And we're going to start off with the Spawn gauntlet that Ghost Rider has to run through. Now, if you don't know who Ghost Rider is, Johnny Blaze sold his soul to the devil trying to save family, ended up fucking him over. He became merged with Zarathos, described as a spirit of vengeance, essentially a celestial being that acts as a pseudo-devil, punishing the evil and the wicked on Earth whenever Ghost Rider rides. Now, he's most famous for his Hellfire, his Penance Stare, and his incredible physical stats, especially when Zarathos pops out. Now, how does he do against the Spawn gauntlet? Now, first up, we have Overt Kill. Now, Overt Kill is one of my favorite Spawn villains because he's so goofy and ridiculous. He was essentially a cybernetic assassin who keeps getting buffed up to deal with Spawn, but eventually it's pretty obvious he was going to get his shit cooked. His Spawn's on another level. Overt Kill's kind of a bum. He's kind of the jobber amongst the villains for Spawn. I think Ghost Rider pretty much does what he wants here. He'd beat the shit out of that cyborg, chain him up, and rip him apart. It'd be pretty bad. Next, we have the Anti-Spawn. Now, this one's interesting because Anti-Spawn is like Heaven's antithetical to Spawn. He is a being of immense angelic power, sent to literally rival and bypass what Spawn brings to the table. With this heavenly power and weapons, he actually technically does pose a pretty serious threat to Ghost Rider, as Ghost Rider has a pretty popular weakness of heavenly or angelic weapons or holy weapons being used against him. With his power, Anti-Spawn could easily compete with Ghost Rider. Interesting to see if Ghost Rider could. I think Ghost Rider could pull this. Yes, Anti-Spawn can easily hurt him, but when Anti-Spawn starts using this insane power, I think Ghost Rider would use Zarathos. I think he would tap into his full bag. And he probably can get rid of Anti-Spawn before Anti-Spawn pulls off the upset. Anti-Spawn also, to me, wasn't one of the strongest he ever faced, so I think that's a factor as well. Next up, we have Cog. Now, Cog is absolutely dope because he's one of the original Hell Spawns. Absolutely insane in nature. And he actually has put the beats on characters that can take on Spawn, can take on medieval Spawn as well. Cog's insane, blocked from heaven and hell. As a Hell Spawn, I think he absolutely goes back and forth with Ghost Rider. Definitely has the stats and AP to put pause on him. I think he would initially get the win on Ghost Rider, so I probably would call it a Cog W. But when Zarathos pops out, I don't think Cog would have the means to put him down. So it's kind of a split here. I'll let you guys call it on this one, but I'm a personal Cog truther. I think he's a beast. And he scales to some of the stronger spawns. So it would be a very hard matchup for Ghost Rider, regardless of how you lean on that. I'd say initial win Cog, long game probably Zarathos. Next, we have the Violator. Now, Violator is one of the Hell Kings. He's an absolute piece of shit. Most famous for his clown form. Most famous for training up Spawn, fucking his life up, making fun of him for all the personal shit happening to him. Violator's terrible, but he's also pretty strong. However, he's not one of the strongest Hell Lords. He's named and he's relevant, but he's not OD. He is a dick, but he's nothing new to what Ghost Rider has dealt with. especially with his disposition, I feel like Ghost Rider would light his ass up. He would have no mercy for someone like Violator, and I think he'd get the job done. Next, we have Malebolgia. Now, this is a Hell Lord of much stronger standing, someone that, to be honest, gave a lot of great scaling to Spawn. We really got to see how OP the Hell realms are because of characters like Malebolgia. As a King of Hell, he's stupidly broken, has gone against some of the strongest characters in the verse. However, we've seen Ghost Rider, especially King of Hell Johnny Blaze, clear out layers of Hell, take on other Hell Lords. Essentially, you got to be one of the top tier Hell Lords for him to really be concerned. I think Malebolgia gives him a great fight, but I think it's the kind of fight that favors Ghost Rider as it plays out, because that's the kind of character he's designed to go against in terms of Malebolgia. So I'd say mid to high diff, Ghost Rider takes down Malebolgia. Next, we have Angela. Now, Angela's an interesting one because there was a lot of historically tricky situations with Angela as a character, given she's supposed to be related to Thor. However, obviously Spawn is not with Marvel, so it got a little sticky. She is powerful. She has weapons that could definitely hurt Ghost Rider, but it's kind of a similar situation to Anti-Spawn, where we kind of saw her fight Hellspawn early, and she wasn't anything too special. And I don't have as much confidence that she can put down Ghost Rider. And I see her actually losing this one. Next, we have God and Satan. Now, famously, the God and Satan of the Imageverse, Spawn went against. In fact, at one point, he sealed them away, or helped seal them away, letting them essentially battle on forever while he did his own thing in a different verse. Now, God and Satan's interesting because, yes, both are some of the strongest characters in the Imageverse. I do think Ghost Rider and Zarathos has high enough scaling to contend with both. He probably can take Satan, but I think he runs into an issue with God because obviously the angelic and heavenly weapons, they should have the AP to really hurt him, especially with heavenly weapons in play. I think Ghost Rider might actually lose to God and Satan. I think he might actually fumble that bag. Next, we have the Forsaken. Now, this is a dope character in modern Spawn stories, essentially playing upon the idea of Cain and Abel in its biblical nature, leading to some of the strongest killers to ever exist. The Forsaken is something worthy of some of the strongest spawns in battle, as well as multiple versions of them. He's an absolute beast. This is another really tough matchup, just as hard as the COG matchup, in my opinion. For Ghost Rider, it could go any way. Forsaken might catch him. Zarathos might save the day at the end. I don't know. That's up for grabs again, sort of like how COG was. So we have him clutching up on bare minimum 5 of the 8. With 2 of those 3 remaining, he probably gets the win. With one, I don't think he's seen. With one battle, I don't see Ghost Rider winning for sure. So 1 complete L, 2 possible L's, the rest he clutches. So let's flip over to Spawn running the Ghost Rider gauntlet. Now, Spawn is a character who originally was a human soldier, died, was betrayed, became a Hellspawn, supposed to do Satan's bidding. However, his fate was different as decided by the god above gods, the man of many faces, shall we call him. A lot of forms were taken by this character, but God and Satan does have someone above them, like essentially the supreme creator of the Imageverse. This grants Spawn a unique narrative, and it has allowed him to become the most famous Hellspawn to ever walk creation. Now, in terms of who he's battling, we have selected 8 rounds. First up, we have the Limbo Rider. The Limbo Rider is Danny Ketch using power from Limbo to combat the Ghost Rider. This is an extremely crazy battle. I think Limbo Rider absolutely has the AP and capabilities to go back and forth with Spawn. I do think Spawn eventually, through his versatility, his ceiling hacks, his insane regenerative properties, he does have the AP to compete against the Limbo Rider anyway. I think Spawn has a couple more win cons than Limbo Rider, but Limbo Rider is extremely capable of heavy damage against Spawn, so that'd be a blockbuster battle. I'd probably favor Spawn high diff. Next, we have Mephisto. Now, Mephisto's at his most dangerous when he's scheming, when he's really having time to put his beefs through the ringer, right? Like just taking over and doing what he wants as Mephisto, the Hell Lord. Now, in terms of actual combative capabilities, he doesn't really scare me that much. I don't think he's that capable in a fight. Doctor Doom's literally gone to hell and punched him in the face. Like, he can get pulled up in actual confrontations and fisticuffs, and I think Spawn would actually drag Mephisto just because in actual fights, Mephisto's not really trying to square up. Next, we have the Armies of Hell. Now, in the King of Hell Ghost Rider run, he had to like gauntlet all the layers of hell and all their armies of hell minions. This was an arduous task. It was terrible to do, but I believe Spawn could also complete this task and complete this gauntlet. He'd get rid of the armies of hell. They don't bring anything particularly special to the table that would worry Spawn. I think he'd be able to gauntlet them, albeit he would be annoyed doing so. Next up, we have Lilith. Now, this is really interesting. This is originally, she was supposed to be in the Adam and Eve garden, but she wasn't. The first mother, so to speak. Biggest op to Mephisto, and King of Hell, Johnny Blaze, was not able to stop her. She would have taken Hell back if he didn't give his throne back to Mephisto. I don't know how this goes. Lilith is extremely dangerous. She scales to like Belasco, who runs Limbo, all these characters. It's a tough one. It's a toss-up. We also don't get to see Lilith fight as much. I would probably lean Ghost Rider highest or Spawn highest of difficulties, just because we haven't technically seen her fight that much, but we know she's stupidly capable. So this is a really... y'all let me know in the comment section how you think this one goes. I probably lean Spawn highest of difficulties, but let me know what you think. Next up, we have Vengeance. But the Vengeance is essentially the bad version of Ghost Rider. Now, this will be a fun fight because this is Hood Rat Ghost Rider. However, I don't see him as strong as Ghost Rider. I don't see him being as potentially dangerous as Ghost Rider. I think Spawn can take this one. I think this is less capable Ghost Rider. Makes it a little easier for Spawn. I think he'd clutch up. Next, we have Doctor Strange. Now, this is a fun one. Doctor Strange brutally fought King of Hell, Johnny Blaze. They went back and forth. He was throwing his strongest magics at him. Ghost Rider was kind of walking through it. I think Doctor Strange can beat Spawn. I think he could catch him. I think he could seal him. And Strange is someone, if he's dealing with a Hell Spawn, he's gonna be like, fuck that. I'm getting rid of this bitch. I'm not dealing with all that. I think Strange actually could clutch up. I really do. Next, we have Blackheart, the son of Mephisto, rival to Ghost Rider and beast with many. I'm here to tell you I have zero respect for Blackheart. Matter of fact, I want to let you know this right now, okay? I'm going to get real close to the mic. Let me talk to the people, right? If you don't respect Mephisto because he's a bum, I need you to understand however much of a bitch you think Mephisto is, his son is 1,000 times more bitch made. Okay, Blackheart is made of the softest material in the universe. He would get dog walked by Spawn. Get this fraud out of here. Next, we have, and final on the list, Venom. This might surprise you, but Venom remained an op for Ghost Rider for a really long time. And it was funny because the symbiote would kind of nag the penance stare and all that, and Ghost Rider never really got a clean lick back. And Venom is a capable character, but I don't think he's on Spawn's level, especially like the old Venom. Spawn would just burn his ass. Spawn would light him up. Spawn would do everything to murder Venom. It'd be a different kind of fight than how Ghost Rider tried to deal with him. I think Spawn takes Venom. So how does the battle swap go? I think Ghost Rider and Spawn do kind of similar with one clear win, or one clear loss rather. I think Spawn's is a little murkier, though. I think he does better in the battle swap. I think he's more suited to go up against these characters as compared to the swap for Ghost Rider. And I give it a slight edge to Spawn in the battle swap. But let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy battle swaps and want to see them return in full force, let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, it's been your boy, Dr. Splash. And remember, it's Yancey Street, bitches.